some big news for the national teams with the under-18 women's and under-20 men's teams getting announced recently. Any surprises for yourself, Gordon?
Under-18 women's. No, I think that looks like a strong lineup. I think Katie Meyer is an interesting addition. I think she was getting her PR, and I don't know how that works with whether you need to be a citizen to play, but I think she's a good reserve player in the reserves. The goaltending, going back to Amelia Knott, is going to be a big part of that team. Let's see how she goes. This is her debut season in the IIHF. So it'll be good for her to get some experience under her belt as well before I kind of join in the team. But yeah, there's some talented players in that under-18 group. A lot of people, the way that Tamara Jones, the coach Tamara Jones, used to run it was a bit of it wasn't just a one and done tournament. It was part of a program. So you would go in, maybe 14, 15, you'd have a group, of 4 or 5 players that would enter and kind of graduate through the program. And she did such a good job mentoring those young women and helping them to, be a part of that team and care for them. So yeah, I think we see as a similar thing. I think Remy Harvey will kind of continue that kind of tradition.
There's a few changes. Obviously, it's going to happen when players age out of selection. But I always think when it comes to national teams, anyone who puts their hand up to play for Australia, it's the biggest accolade you can have as a hockey player here, to play for your country and represent your country. And when you've got to basically pay your own way, hats off to anyone who puts their hand up for selection and gets selected.
Yeah, and some of these players, like I know in talking with Tamara in previous years, like with some of these players, it's their first time overseas, and sometimes without family, so it's a pretty huge experience for them. So it's good to have that, to see that growth in players. Someone like Courtney Mahoney, you could see her growth up until last year when she aged out of the tournament, and others. It's a really good program. And of course, the under-18 women's team are the highest ranked national team for hockey, men's and women's. They are playing in Division 1B, so top 20 teams in the world.
Yeah, it's unreal. I was mentioning that to someone recently. They were talking to me about hockey when they found out that I'm into hockey and cover hockey here, because it's not a major sport. I mentioned that to them about the top 20. It's unreal.
Yeah.
But for me, on that under-18s team, one that stands out is Georgia Watts. So I'm keen to see how Georgia Watts goes. Keen to see Lucy York out there as well, and Olivia Gargano will be interesting to watch as well. Yes, because Olivia's been picked in. We'll get to the Olympic team. Olivia's in the Olympic team as well. So yeah, it'd be interesting to get a look at a few of these players.
Yeah, I agree. I think so too, and interesting to see these players put in positions where, top line, top six kind of opportunities. I noticed with Georgia Watts, I don't know if it was just easing her in, but she was kind of on the third line for Brisbane in that the opening weekend. So someone like her is a prime candidate to really take a central role and key role on that team.